evening and welcome to the fourth night of Chanukah with Torah Byte of the Young Israel of Lawrence-Cedarhurst. We worked out just 2 nights ago why it was that we needed 8 days to get the oil, but the question which resonated throughout history, perhaps one of the most crucial questions in the whole story of Chanukah, is why is the miracle that we commemorate 8 days? It's true that that's how long it took to get the new oil, but the miracle really only transpired for 7 days. Says the Beis Yosef, Rav Yosef Karo, in his seminal work on the Torah, called the Beis Yosef, the predecessor to his work, the Shulchan Aruch, asks the obvious question: why do we celebrate the 8 days? It should only be that the miracle took place from day 2 onwards to the end of the 8 days. The first day was purely and perfectly natural, that the oil should have burnt. Why 8? This is a question which, in fact, there was a book written very recently called Ner L'Mea. In fact, there were 100 answers given to this particular question. But let's investigate some of the ones which resonate with us today. The Beis Yosef, Rav Yosef Karo, himself suggests one very fascinating answer. And that is, let's put ourselves in the minds of the people who were living then. They know that they have an 8-day period to attain the oil in whichever which way. But they only have a jug, they only have this cruise of oil which will last for 1 day. So what do? What do they do? Says the Beis Yosef, suggests the Beis Yosef, maybe what they actually did was that they divided that oil into 8s, so that at least each night they could have a little bit of oil, that the menorah could burn somewhat. And the miracle was that, in fact, it lasted the entire night. That 8th of the shi'ur, of the necessary level of oil, in fact lasted the entire night, which means that even on day 1, there was a miracle which was transpiring. That little minuscule amount of oil lasted the entire night. The lesson of this Beis Yosef is something fascinating, and that is that Hashem is prepared to do miracles for us. Hashem will capitalize on our actions, but there needs to be an action at the beginning. There needs to be something. There needs to be something Hashem can work with to produce that miracle. Like the Ramban says, when it came to Noach, you can't possibly fit all the animals into the teva of the dimensions that were described in the Torah. But nonetheless, Noach needed to do something. He needed to create at least the rubric, at least the structure in which, the context in which the miracle could occur. And that was what was occurring at the Nes of Chanukah. Every night we put in something, and that something blossomed, flourished into a miracle which lasted every single night. Wishing you a meaningful and wonderful Chanukah.